Great people of Twitch. How are you guys? Hope you are well and welcome to this live. Sorry for hour, but soccer that make imperative discussion in this world. I'm Italian? Io sono italiano, 100% italiano. And Katy. Io sono 100% italiano e forse sono uno dei pochi italiani a cui il calcio non piace eccessivamente, soprattutto perché in questo periodo, ve lo dico in italiano, il calcio si è trasformato in intrattenimento. Non è più uno sport. Troppi soldi, troppe persone che lo scambiano per un motivo, guerra, campo di battaglia. Sono veramente imbarazzato dal fatto che ci si possa scontrare per una partita di pallone, se coinvolge le nazioni. But I'm back to English. I would like to say congratulations for my national team, but about that, I found that this game doesn't own me anymore. There's no chance to express an opinion even in one night like this where one team defeated one. And about that, congratulations for my national team, but I was very sad because on Wimbledon, my friend, our friend of all, Mr. Berrettini, was defeated by Novak Djokovic in the final. And for me, it was more important that than the final of a European Championship. Even probably the tennis is one of the sports where running more money than the other ones. If I can be honest, Partisan, how are you, my friend? Thank you very much for coming here. I very appreciate that you are here with me. You're a very kind man, very friendly, and I hope to come to your stream as soon as possible. Thank you very, very much. I was just saying that I'm happy for the national team. Obviously, I'm Italian. But I was a little bit sad because if even today the soccer can cause some arguing from one person to the one, even just expressing an opinion, I find that it's very sad. It's very sad. I'm happy for the win. Obviously, I'm Italian, my friend, and sono italiano 100%. And I cannot honestly say that I'm disappointed. But I have my taste of bitter here in the back of my throat. That taste that doesn't go away. It doesn't go away from me. No. The taste that this sport is becoming more than just a sport. That's why I'm happy for the soccer national team, but I'm very little bit sad for our Berrettoni on Wimbledon. And it was bad for me. I was just hoping because he was a very strong guy. Like that he can arrive to be triumphant in Wimbledon. Anyway, sport is a sport, ball is around, and everything happened at the end of the match. For one sport I'm happy, Mr. Partisan, just because you support Italy. I'm very happy that some days ago, the Italian basketball team finally get back to the Olympic Games. Because last time they were kicked out before the beginning of the Olympic Games. I don't know if the Olympic Games will happen or not. but I'm happy for that because for me, basketball is something that it's very important for Italy. Anyway, soccer is soccer. If you go around my city right now, you will find some people that is making crazy. It's not for me. Maybe I'm too old, and so I did. I prefer to go straight with my life. Speaking about one of my hero of my childhood, that they recently disappeared. His name is Richard Donner. Richard Donner is one of the most important director that goes around from 60s, 80s, and 90s. The last time we discussed it about the Richard Donner movies, and we stopped it just for go deeper in two titles. The first title is The Goonies. So let me go on play. Just open. Yeah. No, made a mistake. Made a mistake. Happen. Horn and claxons. Horn and claxons. Horn and claxons. Why is not possible to use this? Okay. Very strange. Let me check with Explorer. Is it possible? Mate works? No, that doesn't work. Let's go. I accept. Can you work right now? No, cannot. Jameski! I have misplaced my AirPods so I can't hear you, but there is a pattern. If you haven't guessed it, my favorite mode now. Yes, and believe me, thank you very much for Jimski to come here. Jimski is a great guy. He's a great, polite guy. So join my friend Partisan Joker, join my friend Jimski 10 Games, and believe me, join their channel, join their world, uh, join their channels because they have many channels including Discord. Because Mr. Jimski is one of the greatest person that I ever met in this world, and I speak very honestly about that. He's very friendly because if we have different opinion, he never left what is typical of UK people, that is self-control and fair play. Your emotes are wonderful, wonderful. I wait to become affiliate, not because I want to do money, absolutely, but because I want to unblock the emotes. I would like to do emotes. Emotes, the most funniest one in Twitch chats. Anyway, thank you very much, James K. to come here. Thank you very much for everything you did for me, and I hope to that I have done everything right, even for you, because you are a friend. and I've never found a friend on Twitch. You're my first one, so I'm very happy about it. Okay. When you didn't have maybe your AirPods with you, I just to tell that okay, I'm Italian. I'm very happy about the happy, not very happy about the winning of the European Soccer Championship. But for me, I've lost in the years my support on soccer because soccer for me is not more sport. Soccer for me is became entertainment. Okay, so I'm so tired and so sad to think to see that even a soccer argument can cause some disappointment between one person and another one. That my link to soccer is very far away. You know, I play rugby for 14 years in low series here in Italy, and we are terrible to play soccer, to play rugby, you know, better than me. But the deep way to play rugby was entering me and gave me the idea that my sport, even I not practice more, but I'm a rugbyman too. I just pass the ball, we said, something that I love. For me, today is 50% happy about soccer, but 50% sad of what happened in Wimbledon. Because a young man that is trying to go on the top didn't reach the top. But he said, I did a mistake, I fall. Next time I will fall better. So this sentence describes what kind of sportsman I prefer. And moreover, as I told to Partizan, some days ago I was very happy, more happy than the winning of the European Soccer Championship about the basketball. Basketball here in Italy is very underdog, but what in the past it was very great then. And now that we have a conquer to arrive to the Olympic Games, it was a very big conquer for even here, you know, basketball is not considered one of the top sports. But for me, sports will remain all the time small field with kids that are playing around, discussing and arguing of what people that earn millions of euros just for kick a ball doesn't belong to me. Absolutely. So going over, I'm not in the on the squares of my town to make parties, but I'm here to conclude my analysis of Richard Donner because Richard Donner is one of my favorite directors. I'm very passionate about cinema, about movies, especially of the past. And Richard Donner was my one of my propellant of cinema, even because it goes from 70s to 80s to 90s. And he makes some movies that makes me very happy and makes me dream. Two movies are main, three movies, but the third one we will analyze in the next live. Two movies I would like to go deeper in. One is Goonies, the other one is Little Weapon. So, well, just as usual, I would like to use just a moment. I would like to use Wikipedia as a source of my moment. Yeah, we go over there. Perfect. Very perfect. So we just go to check Goonies Wikipedia English. Oh, yes. Good brothers. Donate. Goonies is absolutely one of the movies that makes me dream. Why it's so important for me? I would like to be honest with you. When I was young, I just told in the previous live, it was very great. It was very when I was young, since since I had 20 days or days, I had a very big problem with asthma and allergy. So not like the people that this problem 14 years old or something like that. I had a lot of problem. So the doctor says to me that I stay at home. So I decided to use the time that I passed at home just for reading, just for seeing movies, playing games, video games, and role play games, things like Dungeons and Dragons or Hero Quest board games. I did everything I can inside my house. One of the best movies that I remember so much was the Goonies. Why? Because you have this young guys that they were free to go. One of them had the inhalator for asthma. This gives me a really moving feelings because it remember how much I was dependent of the asthma inhalator when I was young. Even right now, I bring in my bag all the day. But when I was young, it was very more important than now. I risked the shock a lot of times. So if I didn't have the inhalator, probably I will have some more bigger problem. Uh, anyway, we start. Just check one thing. Okay, just we check. The Goonies. The Goonies for direct sequel. Goonies is 1985 American adventure comedy film produced and directed from a screenplay of Chris Columbus. Remember Chris Columbus from Reporter Movies, Home Alone, and many other more. Great director, Chris Columbus. Maybe a little bit underdog. Based on a story by executive producer Steven Spielberg. In the films, kids who live in the Boondocks neighborhood of Astoria, Oregon, attempt to save their homes for foreclosure. And in doing so, they discover an old treasure map that takes them on an adventure to unearth the long-lost fortune of One-Eyed Willie, a legendary 17th century pirate. During the adventure, they are chased by a family of criminals who wants to treasure for themselves. Now I want to check if the name of the band, Criminals, Family of Criminals, is the same that we have translated in Italian. I would like to check it. Produced by Spielberg Amblin Entertainment Warner Bros., released the film theatrically on 7 June 1985 in the United States. Film grossed 1 million worldwide. For that time, probably it was a figure. On a budget of 90 million, and it has since become absolutely. Here in Italy is more than cult film, just icon. In 2020, the film was selected for preservation in the United States National Registry of Cultural, historically, politically significant. So I'm completely agree. The cast. I would like to remember the cast. Sean Austin. Do you remember who is Mr. Sean Austin? Yes, of course. Was very young. A very young Josh Brolin, very young Jeff Cohen, very young Corey Feldman, Cary Grant, Martha Plimpton, a Key Hui. We just go over the plot and why I pointed on Sean Austin. Because Sean Austin, like Walsh, it was the asthmatic leader of the Goonies. And there was a very deep link, as I told, with this guy that was able just to overcome the limit of go inside a dungeon, dive to pirate, both and so on, with the inhalator with himself. It was very tremendous image for me that I was forced to stay at home because doctors say do not go out, especially in spring, summer. So for me, it was just a proportion example to say if he can do it, I can do it. In this case, that's why I love cinema because cinema inspire things that maybe are not so possible. Great Batman. Batman are good, James. Josh Brolin. Come on, guys. Josh Brolin. Very young. Josh Brolin was brother of Sean Austin. The movie. The high school athlete and like older brother. Jeff Cohen. Lawrence Chunk Cohen. Come on, guys. Chunk dance. Clumsy, glutinous member of the Goonies. Habitual feminists. Even in this guy, some sense I found myself. Because when I was young, even for the problem of asthma, just forced to see maybe pharma like cortisone and cortisone for the young guys. You like a big fat one, and was very stressed and sad for a young boy that tried to move the first step into social issues and so on. Sometimes I understand that a person like Chunk had to be habitual fabulist because you have nothing. You think you're supposed to have nothing to say to the guys, so you are usual to say some lies or fables, stories. Absolutely true. Ear horns probably. Then Corey Feldman. Corey Feldman is one of the most important American actor, musician, activist. And, you know, Friday the 13th final chapter, Goonies and moreover Stand By. Absolutely. It was Mouth developed a Goonie nickname for his cheetah. Jonathan Ki Wei Kwan as Richard Data Owen. James Bond Fanatic. Yes, too. In Italy for a lot of time, traps, no? In Italy, the traps. I don't know if in English, but in Italy, traps is trappola or trabocchetto. And Data was not so able to say trabocchetto. Very difficult word for when you are children. So he said tracobetto. That is not correct. And generations and generation of young guys remember Goonies just saying tracobetto. That is the not correct words that Data is usual to say about traps. Carrie Green, that she was Handy Carmichael, high school cheerleader and Brand's love interest. Martha Plimpton, Steph Steinbrenner, Andy best friend. John Newton, Slot Fratelli, the man. Home and abused, but children, elder son of the Fratelli family. So as I know Fratelli, it remains the same. A little bit stereotypic about Italian criminal family, but it's okay. No, we have a sense of humor in Italy, so for inclusive doesn't mean say no past. Anne Ramsey as Mama Fratelli, Helen Bourne, crime matriarch, Robert Davi is Jake Fratelli, Mama Fratelli's son and counterfeiter, Joe Pantoliano, fantastic Joe Pantoliano, which he was very young. He was incredibly young. I love it, Joe Pantoliano in every movie that he did, especially on the first Matrix. It was great. Did you remember on first Matrix? On first Matrix, there was The scene where he spoke as a cipher with the agent's meat, eating the filet in a very beautiful restaurant. Wine. And if I remember well, in Italy, I tried to translate from Italy speech, maybe in English is a little bit different, but you can catch the meaning. He is eating the filet and said, I know that Matrix will suggest it to my brain that this filet is very, very, very well taste, excellent taste. Even this steak filet is not true. But after many, many years, which I ate sort of terrible pudding that they heat to the bukodon, he said one sentence that with his acting behavior will become historical. Ignorance is a good thing. What does it mean? There is a sort of motto about this sentence. No? Smart people, clever people will never be happy. Ignorant people will be happier. Not happy, but happier than the smart one. And this is on the basis of another movie that is Idiocracy that I love it very much. No? Smart couple have a lot of problem to have children. Not so smart ones have a lot of. So it's a point that could be analyzed. We can go deeper. Another. Let's get forward. Mary Ellen Trainor as Aaron Walsh, Mickey and Brand's first mother. Kate Walker as Irving Welsh, Mickey and Brand's father and curator of local history museum. Steve Arrington as Troy Perkins, the spoiled son of a store country club's owner. Lupe Ontiveros as Rosalita, the Walsh family Mexican housekeeper. Another little bit stereotype, so common. But you know, with a little bit of knowledge, with a little bit of tolerance, with a little bit of sense of humor, you can overcome just these things. Even because if we have to point the finger to everything that became in which period we can get back to artists. But anyway, let's go over. Michael Paul Chan as Mr. Wong, Tata's father. Charles McDaniels as Mr. Cohen, Chang's father. Paul Turp as the sheriff, and George Robotham as prison guard. The the sense of the family of fathers that intervene into the action just to bring back from the adventure level, so the kids level, into the old guy's person, it's very interesting. Director Richard Donner makes a cameo appearance as a sheriff deputy. You remember? The film cinematographer Nick McLean also has a cameo as Mouse, father of the dead FBI agent who was performed by Stanley Boseman. Production. You see this wonderful old Clapstops County Jail, where the scene of the Fratelli jail. Hey, Cat, you want to do the streaming? Are you comfortable? She's staying, my cat, she's staying with the laptop. Because she would like to take the hot that comes outside from the PC, from the laptop. But she ignored that standing over there. Temperature of the laptop rise a lot. Anyway, it's so cute, it's so small. Why I have to tell to go away? I mean, because I'm using the additional fan pad from Clint, so maybe I can take the the temperature a little bit low. Let's get back to Goonies. Let's get back to Goonies. Get back to Goonies. And the principal production of the Goonies began on October 22, 1984, and lasted 5 months. In addition, 6 weeks of live dabbing and recording with shooting script was lengthy and more than 120 pages, which several sequences were eventually cut from the final trailer. During the film's denouement, it made an octopus, which referred to a scene that was excited from. So no octopus. No Cthulhu in this movie. And the documentary, The Making of the Goonies, I would like to see this documentary. Maybe I didn't see it. The Making of the Goonies, Richard Donner, not about the difficulty and pleasure of working with so many children. Knowing him, it was not easy for him. It was not easy. Hey, cat. But you have not to touch the cable. Come on. Hey. What are you doing? What are you doing? Stay calm. Stay calm. Okay. Great. You have to be calm down. So let's get back. The making of also say they were also unruly. Okay. Richard Donner noted that the difficulties and pleasure of working with so many actors. He praised them for their energy and excitement, but also say they were also unruly when brought together. Obviously, a bunch of guys making movies. But the result was great. He's great. As a result, the documentary frequently showed him coaching them and revealing some techniques he used to create realistic performances. One of these tricks involved the Wine Eye Willy pirate ship, which was actually a full-size replica of a pirate ship created under the direction of production designer J. Michael Riva. J. Michael Riva is a very awesome production designer. Donner restricted the actor seeing the ship until they very good. Created suspense. He created suspense. Ship until they scene wherein revealed to the chat. Chatter's first glimpse of the ship was also the actor's first view on it, bringing about a more realistic performance. Great, Richard. You did it again. However, the particular scene in the final cut was actually the second take, due to the cast feeling so overwhelmed at the first sight that the scene had to be shot. Fantastic. So it was a surprise, but too much big surprise, so they had to use the surprise of the second surprise. Wonderful. The entire set was scrapped after shooting because they could not find who wanted it. In his book There and Back Again, Sean Austin claimed that Donner and Spielberg were like co-director of the film, and he compared and contrasted their styles when directed scenes. Interesting. Donner and Spielberg. Really two different ways of that. Donner was visual, more heroic, if I can say. Donner has a vision of cinema that was really body, really bro oriented. Bro. In this case, maybe Steven Spielberg has a different view of it. He never did so great Ubibol. Ubibol was composed by individualities in Spielberg. Like on Jaws, there was very identified personalities. There's no so sense of group. Okay, not as Donner mean, known as, for example, Carpenter mean. Okay, the protagonist of the movie is the group, where obviously one emerged maybe one as an enemy, vicious enemy, the greatest hero. But in general, was the movie that the group, the protagonist of the movie. For example, Amputer, we could say Prince of Darkness or The Thing, or even Great Trouble in Little China. I think that Donner had a lot of contacts with some way of directing of Carpenter, sure more than Spielberg. Anyway, let's keep reading it. It's became very interesting, this Wikipedia. Um, some of the location filming was done in Astoria, interior and exterior. Old Salt County Jail features of the old Jake South. Blue was later converted into Oregon film, which opened at the 5th anniversary of the Goonies with memorabilia for these and others. Memorabilia is one of the things that I appreciate really much of United States culture. They have this way of serving them memorabilia that is very, very appreciable. Really, really, I appreciate so much. I like it so much. I consider them very important things. It's a way to celebrate their history. They know that USA history is young history, maybe to more more nation of the old continent. But they celebrate what they have at the past day. And this is very great. If I think that a lot of countries have the same appreciation the United States have for their heritage culture, pop culture, say just for extension is fine, but we accept it. If the other nation has the same action, a lot of classical modern art would be really more precise. That's my point. Since many here are thinking, uh, the museum where Mikey father worked is really the Captain George Fletcher House Museum. Family home is a real home on the eastern end of the road to the home was closer to Dorset. The scenes along the coast were filmed in Oregon, but they were a considerable distance from Astoria. The Goonies bicycle to State Park every 26 months south of Astoria started the of map using a static supply. Underground scenes were filmed at Warner Bros. Studios in Burbank, California. I saw it 2 times, including the cavernous set where the Goonies found Willis sheep, which was in stage 15, one of the largest sound stage in the United States. The final scene was shot at the Coach Rock State Bench in Sonoma. The film also marked Wes Takahashi's first major motion picture as an ambitious industrial music soundtrack. The Goonies' original motion picture, Cyndi Lauper, Rio, Speedwagon, and the Bangles. The cast member, except Carrie Green, appear alongside professional wrestler Rudy Popper. Wow, there's a link with Carpenter. They live. The Iron Sheik, Nikolai Volkov, and Captain Lou Alban, who previously appears just one episode. In 12 minutes, the Goonies are good enough. Music video. Steven Spielberg makes a cameo appearance. Lauper was a cameo in the film, performing the song on TV, though the song was not completed until. Oh, that's it. This is 80s. You know, very 80s. Roddy Rudy Papa, Iron Sheik, Nikolai Volkov, Cyndi Lauper. So very 80s, and this story of cameos that linked into the movies altogether I find it's fantastic. Soundtrack label varies the Salaman, released on Score CD in March 2010, and a limited edition copy of 5,000 copies. The company reissued the score on CD as wide release in June 2009 with a previous CD 4-track format. Warner Bros. Released the film in cinema across the United States on June 7, 1985. The Goonies was released on VHS and Betamax video in the United States in March 1986, and the Laserdisc and CD version also debuted the year Warner Home Video released it either a widescreen Laserdisc on Laserdisc. Laserdisc. Come on, guys, Laserdisc. This some of you in chat, this some of you everywhere knows what is Laserdisc? I challenge you. Do you know what this Laserdisc? Come here in chat and tell to me. Just waiting. I know it, but I would like to know how many people old like me who know it. Warner Home Video released The Goonies in widescreen on Region 1 DVD August 21, 2001. Warner Home Video released The Goonies on Blu-ray disc in October 2008 in Europe and November 2010 in North. The video is 180p, the high definition PC1 accompanied by Adobe True HD soundtrack. Warner released the film on Ultra HD Blu-ray in September 2012. Why this copy is not arriving in Italy? I hope that it will arrive soon. Hope it. Critical response. I would like to read what people think about this movie. Goes up. Roger Ebert gave the film 3 stars out of the 4 and called him smooth mixture of the usual ingredients from Steven Spielberg action movies, made special because of the high energy performance of the kids who were anxious. Gene Siskel of the Chicago Tribune also awarded 3 stars out of 4 and voted that after Bill Star, some kind of minor movie miracle take place and the Goonies gets its act together as reading wisecracks their closer finding their long lost fire treasure, thereby to save their pack soul. Right, this one point important. The parents linked into the home because they risked to be put away from their home. Only then we do accept. Hey, Caddy, what's happened? Hmm? Do you want some cheese? No, don't jump into which things, otherwise everything will go out. Please, 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 stay there, stay there, stay there, stay there, stay there. Can you please stay there? That's good. Very good. Postman, just continue. I'm just contacting this level. Okay. Let me reply to this guy, please. Just give me a minute. Just the sending. Just sending. Okay. What? Yeah, Chicago trade. Right. The Goonies, when the twist started of war, the one will be available to engage. Press the kid to stop training as Craig and get closer to found lost fire treasure. The vital self-defined zone. We're speaking about Pyron's zone, the link between homes and lusting homes and Pyron's presence. Only then do we accept the Goonies for what it a funny, juvenile, wind-up talk about kids in perilous comic book situations. Janet Maslin, the New York Times, wrote that the film adds a kind, breakneck pacing, deeply fast, funny, ingenious, entertaining, and always small point while the movie is in progress, almost entirely without staying power. Variety called it a dangerous Disneyland sort of a film stamped with the Steven Spielberg style of high fun. Like other Spielberg summer extravaganzas, Peak is a roller coaster ride best enjoyed its speeding along. Once it stops to consider the sacred state of adolescence, it becomes painfully syrupy. Michael Wilmington of the Los Angeles Times. Hey from Disco. Hey Colin, how are you? Welcome. Thank you very much for coming in my live. Thank you very much. About using your channels. No, it's not so much that I don't stream. I don't stream since a couple of days, but I have not a lot of views. If I have not many views, it's not my problem. I have a lot of friends. I prefer to have a quality lives than a lot of viewers. Anyway, welcome, Colin. Welcome here. Welcome. Thanks. Dear Colin, thank you very much for coming to live. We are discussing about Richard Donner. Was the third live that we do about Richard Donner. You know, he disappeared. He died some days ago, and because I in this channel cinema is very loud, so we decided to speaks about movies. And actually, we are discussing about one of his masterpieces called The Goonies. And we were reading it from Wikipedia, as you can see, uh, what he did, what he did in terms of critics. Okay, so thank you very much for coming here. I hope that you enjoy our show. Anyway, let's go over. Hoping you like. Thanks a lot. Anyway, we were at the Los Angeles Times whether the film resembled nothing so much as a widely exaggerated funfair ride, one of the keeps comically exposing you to dangers, comically pulling you away, then finally, with a shivering plop, deposit you on dry land in the bosom of your family. Well, a tendency from the Washington Post called it harmfully reactive after brimming with energy and sometimes with utterly uninvolving for anyone of the age of 12. Not agree. I disagree completely. Because people was not able to dream more. These movies were considered for young guys. Today, these movies are considered masterpieces of movies of that kind of sin. That kind of sin. Yes, I know, bro. I know very well. I know very well. I know it very well. Bro, check my channels. You will find that I apply it. Okay, let's get back to my life. I will read. Okay. Um, we were at a poll at an answer that I completely disagree. Colin Greenland reviewed the Goonies for White Dwarf 73 and stated the Goonies I was unable to enjoy because of a bunch of kids yelling and screaming all the way through. Not the audience, the actors. Disagree. You're free to say. A review aggregator Rotten Tomatoes reported 76% of critics have given the positive review based on 58 reviews and 90% of the audience give a positive review. The average rating is 6.2. Critical consensus: The Goonies is an energetic, sometimes noisy mix of a Spielberg and sentiment, how strict it will appeal to kids and nostalgic. Aggregator rating score of 72 based on a third screen indicated general favorable. Hmm. Box office. The Goonies grossed 9 million of its opening weekend in the United States, second on the chart between Rambo First Blood Part 2. It grosses 73.9 million in the United States and Canada, placing it among the top 8 grossing films, and 60.6 million overseas for the worldwide gross award. Ramsey won a second award of Best Supporting Actress for a role of Mom of Death, and the 7th Youth in Film Award, known as the Young Artist Award. Ramsey was a great actress. I remember in many movies, and the face, he, he, her acting style is very, very deeply interesting from that point. Honestly speaking, she has nothing of Italian. Nothing, nothing. She has nothing of Italian, nothing absolutely. But I could honestly tell that uh, eh, the name of him, oh, no, Pantoliano, no. Robert Davi. Robert Davi is always used an Italian or FBI or CIA agent. Okay, so even into first Die Hard, you remember. Oh, we're back to Saigon. Hmm. Okay, thank you very much. Anyway, Ramsey. Okay, Legacy. Special anniversary event for the film. Joe Pantoliano could appear really much as Italian, even because his origin sure was Italian. Sure. Let me check. Let me check about Joe Pantoliano. Okay, son of Italian American parents, Mary A. Centrella and Buki and seamstress and Dominic Mo Pantoliano, who's driving at Factory 4. Okay, I understand. I understand the song anyway. Box office. The Goonies gross 9. Ah, Red World Legacy. Special anniversary event for the film, hosted in the city of Astoria. Won about 10 to 15 visitors. The home used for the Wash family attraction, receiving between 1,200 and 1,500 visitors a day during the summer of the 30th anniversary. Wow, wonderful. As a result, in the August of 2015, the residents and owners of the neighborhoods and city of Astoria took steps to limit public access to the home. Reunion on April 27, 2022 is due to channel Josh Gad, here the virtual interview via Zoom The first episode of God's Reunion united apart charity fundraising effort during the COVID-19 pandemic. This reunion support for Center for Disaster Philanthropy. This is a very great thing. It's a very great thing. Very great thing. Great, great, great enterprise from Josh Gad. Really, I appreciate it a lot. Didn't maybe I did see it. I don't remember. Although the primary cast is fitted with an event dedicated to the puppet. In addition to the cast, director Richard Donner, producer Steven Spielberg, writer Chris Columbus were also present, and even Cyndi Lauper made an appearance in the very 80s, deep 80s. On December 5, 2020, the cast had a virtual reunion, this time the reading of the full movie script was broadcast on social media outlets. Characters the original died were played by other actors including Josh Gad as Lot, Jane Smart as Martha Telly, and Kirsten Bell as Iron. Carrie Elves served as the narrator. Great Carrie. My favorite Robin. The event earned over 30 donation for the charity No Kid Am. Fantastic. Great one. Video games, I remember. I remember how much I remember. Datasoft produced the Goonies video game for Commodore 64. Wow. Very 8-bit thing. An Apple II in 1985, which was led to the C Spectrum and Amstrad CPC and by US Gold. This game featured a screen in which a player had to use two members of the group to solve a puzzle and reach an exit to the stage. This screen were largely inspired by actual set of puzzles seen in the movie. A reference to the aforementioned scenes included in the 7 Live Fantastic, so they include something that was discarded from the original script. In 1986, the Japanese game developer Konami created a version of Goonies for the MSX that is in Japan and Europe, and on the computer. The Goonies in Japan. Goonies 2 also released the Famicom, its international counterpart to the system, called the NES. I had it, and it was one of my favorite video games for NES. The Goonies 2 was released in North America, Europe, and Australia, although the original one was a NES game released on the PS system, arcade machine in the 80s. The Goonies 2 has a little to do with the film. In it, the Fratelli have kidnapped the older Goonies except whom player guides and have hidden them in cages across a terrain of cavern mazes and abandoned building. As Mickey here must rescue them at all. 93 and mermaid called Annie. He was also a playable character in Konami's 1988 Famicom title Way War, which included a Goonies in February 2010, Chrysler Division sponsored the Goonies Return to Astoria, which based an online game developed by Fuel Industries. The player goal is to collect magnets and doubloons, then raise the value to one eye with this treasure. Commercial operation. A little bit sad. The Goonies level pack for Lego Dimension, this is cool, was released on May 2017. The pack included a slot mini feature, constructible for sheep and skeletal, and unboxable bonus. Slot is a very funny card because at the time describes that was positive, the positive of the 80s. So someone it appears ugly appearance, and in true heart full of good feelings. Too many good feelings to link deep friendship with the most insecure one of the Goonies, Chunk. Is the character of Slot is very full of empathic tolerance, so different from many other similar monsters in the cinema of that people. May I do a bit adventurous comparison? Yes, I do it because it's my channel. I will do it. If you have something to say to me, you will just tell me. Toxic Avenger. Say Toxic Avenger? Yes, Toxic Avenger. Put the two characters one between the other one. Toxic Avenger is more parody, Kaufman. More parody, splatter, or everything. But the same feeling of the monster that tried to save himself, be accepted to the other one, just doing the right thing, even if the right thing is very extensive things to say. But Slot is more like this. I will lie part of your word because I'm good. And I help you to do what you have. Not evil. Good. This makes me remember this Frankenstein Jr. where it was Dr. Frankenstein say, you are not bad. You are good. Peter Boyle, Monster of Frankenstein, start to cry and say, yeah, I'm good. And they go for a dancing scene. Let's get back. Sorry for this, but I would like to share with you. The Goonies level pack for LEGO Dimension was released in May 1970. The pack includes a slot minifigure and constructible pirate ship and skeletal organ. Locks a bonus that lock. Let's go to speak about one thing that I would like to never speak again. Let me firstly read what Richard Donner itself said. We tried really hard. Steven said, let's do it. We had a lot of young writers submit work, but it just didn't seem to go. What I can say, Richard probably is a person that say, if there is not, there's not to do. If there is nothing to do it, there's nothing to do it. That's the same way he said some months ago that he will probably do it Little Weapon 5 as a testament of himself. I'm generally not a constant with remake, reboot, improbable sequels. But as I saw in Little Weapon 4, if Richard will be able to do the same thing for so reunion of the simply like Jet Li, for it will be a great thing because the face of two main protagonists, Mel Gibson, Glover, when they stare at Richard Donner's face is something than just an actor see a director or friend see a these two things linked. It's a question of it's familiar what they do in on my sorry in on movie. It's something familiar, and it was as I told you in the previous live. It was very great thing. Described it perfectly. at the end of Let's Four, when it was what can we befriend, and so reggaeton's reggae style with this history weapon, shot by shot on the wall. Very evocative scene. Very evocative scene. So, if Donner decided to not do it, probably because there are things to not do it. Spielberg is very different. The possibility of a film sequel has been confirmed and denied many times over the year by the original cast, and Donner said that he had the story for several actors. Donner had shown no interest in a sequel. Sean Austin told to MTV in October 2007 that Goonies 2 is absolutely certainly the writing on the wall when they are releasing the ticket in such numbers. Donner has expressed a doubt that a sequel will ever happen, as many of the actors had no shown interest in it. For a film stated in 25 it's a lot post. No. That's good. There's no Goonies 2. I'm sorry, but it's just not gonna happen. Curse now, I've said that they do it. However, in July 2010, release of a making of classic and the unauthorized story of Goonies DVD, which Adonna states a sequel to the Goonies is a definite thing and will involve as much of the old cast as possible. It will happen, say Don. We've been trying for a number of years. On April 5, it's what Richard Don did a sequel in world, and he hopes to bring back the entire cast. Spielberg, Dick, and I and Lorraine Shuldon have had a lot of conversation about the sequel. For a couple of years we come up with an idea, but then it's all put. In May 2021, Feldman stated that despite Columbus saying that he is writing a sequel, chances for a sequel are dead, as Donner chose to do it. Finale as his final film. Cherry Pop, hello, how's it going? Thank you very much for coming. As well, I'm well, and what about you, my friend? I hope you had a great weekend. Hope you had it. We are just keeping to making our tribute to director Richard Donner, analyzing one of its best movie, that is Goonies. Thank you very much for coming here, Cherry Pop. Oh, that's good. It's very happy to hear this. Very happy that you have a great weekend. I followed your live and I remember yesterday. How was your weekend? Oh, not so bad. Very good. I would like to describe you. Okay, just to stop to Goonies, I would like to describe to Cherry Pop how was my weekend. My weekend was great, especially on Saturday. Because recently here there was chance to reunite people in same room again. So because I am a master of role-playing games, I made a role-playing at table with two teenagers, two young children, at sci-fi role-playing games called Coriolis. It was very fantastic. I had a chance to stay with young guys, teaching them to use their imagination and mind in this huge book library, book center near close to Firenze, city of Firenze here in. So it was very great thing, believe me. Something that I was losing, because forced to coronavirus, we were forced to play just online using Discord, Twitch, using Roll20 amps. But it's not the same way. At the table, when you can express your things to young guys. It's very funny. And today I have a good day. I'm just resting a little bit. Then I went out with my motorbike just more relaxing too, finding some fresh air that I didn't find it. Then I waited that my come out from working time, and then I get back at home. We stayed at home. Now my wife is sleeping because tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock she will be up, and I will go after probably I think live about Goonies. As I told from the beginning, even if I'm Italian, I'm happy about soccer result, but soccer is not my choice. I prefer to speak about something different. Probably I'm the only Italian who do not support too much soccer. There's my friends that support soccer too as much as their children or their money, but it's not my case. So just thank you very much to say, and I was I was happy to tell you this story. I hope you appreciate it. And if you want to write and go deeper about your weekend, feel free to do it. Want my live my chat are free for friends. So feel yourself at home. Feel yourself as you are in your. In the meanwhile, I will finish to analyze the last part. I was check about the sequel, eventual sequel. I hope not of Goonies movie. Um, Rumors of adaptation and sequel in other media took off in 2007, including a comic book miniseries, an animated television series, and musical adaptation of the musical missing. I didn't see about musical. I have to find it maybe on YouTube just to check. What kind of things do you like to stream? I like to stream in general just because my laptop is not so powerful, so I stream retro gamings or game that my PC can tolerate, like Counter Strike, those small games, you know, easy ones. I just describe my life with hashtag cool gamer, so you can catch it. Uh, or I just connect my peripheral like mini SNES, mini NES, or mini Atari. There are many of these small consoles that I have. They have a high definition connection, so I will play. When I will finish my analysis, maybe in live streams, I will get back to play Secret of Mana. That was a classic JRPG from Nintendo that I play in Mini SNES. I love it very much because this year is anniversary, 30 years old. So I decided to replay again, and because the Secret of Mana is one of the game that I so much linked from my very young age. You watch the Big Fat Great Wedding? Yeah, for sure. In Italy we call il mio grosso grasso matrimonio greco. Yes, I watched it. I watched it. It was very funny. There was even a sequel, no? If I remember well. It was a funny movie about the Greek community. Did you like the movie? I suppose. Yeah, there is a second one. Yes, as I know. Yes. Oh, very good. Maybe one day we could have a live about Big Fat Greek Wedding. Why not? It was a very cult movie at that time. Remember well, it was out of 10 years ago, the first one. You remember of them the way they talk? Yes, because they are Greek. I'm Italian, so maybe as father speak. Do you want to marry my my daughter? Yes, you have to ask to me. Okay, I ask you to marry your daughter. No, you know the Greek is a Neo-Latin language. No, Italian is a Neo-Latin language. English, German, Spanish, Portuguese, Romanian. So we as people of the south of Europe, we have not so many difference between the accent. I will try to cover Italian accent. I will try to speak English as best as I can. But I'm not English. I'm not mother tongue. Absolutely. Maybe a little bit influenced by American English. Uh, Maybe I could appear a little bit Greek. But please tell me that my English is comprehensible. It will be very great for me. But feel free to criticize my pronunciation. Absolutely. I appreciate. Yes, I understand, lol. That's good. Thank you very much. This gives me one hope to be comprehensible for people coming from everywhere. I honestly speak that my job brings me to speak English with many people all over the world, especially on the Middle East and Far East every day. Maybe I'm more accustomed to the English that people speaks in India, the Far East, China, Vietnam, things like places like. But I'm trying to be as much as possible clean, comprehensible, and with a as far as near as possible Oxford accent of English. I'm trying. I'm trying to do that with all my heart. Yeah, English is the number one language. Yes, because at the end it's not so hard. Okay. The grammar have to be analyzed. Okay. For me, the most you're doing great. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. As soon as I add one slot of VIP again, I will put for sure. Believe me, for this sentence you said, you are guaranteed a VIP in my channel. Thank you very much, madam. Anyway, what I say it is, for me, the most difficult things in English that that also now, thank you, is, you know, I'm Italian. We are so sensible to the appreciation. Like at the end of a Kill Bill 2, you remember? Maybe you see it when there was an on Kill Bill 2. The end, when Patrick Skiddo went to the like a bar in the jungle where there was an old man. Let's say, and sensible compliments. Yes, yes, I know the lol means laughing out loud. Yes, I know it. That's I know it. You touch one point because acronyms and small expression and even Same Kill Bill movies, I like them. And you remember, no? At the end when okay, no, 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 absolutely not your bad, not your bad. Feel free, no problem. You remember at the end of the second Kill Bill when she went with a car, Beatrix Kiddo, Uma Thurman, he went to the man that had to say to her where Bill is hidden. I remember the name of the character. It was the, the leader of the Acuna boys. But I didn't remember the name of it. It's more very fascinating. It says, remember, I'm sensible to the appreciation and confidence. It's been a while, I don't remember. Just have a check when you can. You just go to on YouTube and you see the pre-final scene before she met Bill and Selena apartment and discovering that the BB daughter alive. There was this movie. There was this part of movie when she speak with what appear a brothel manager, protector. Yeah, Kill Bill is a full of reference cinema. Very full, very full. So you remember? I remember when I spoke about you about appreciation and how this scene. It's my it's my characteristic. It's my feature. When I spoke about something, if it jumps in my mind a scene of movie, I will fix it and I use it just to explain to other person what is my feeling. This is a great thing of moving can be used as international language to explain a feeling. In this case, a feeling that is positive. Anyway, we were speaking about the final of rumors of Goonies 2. I was speaking about the musical of Goonies that I didn't see at all. I would like to understand the musical of Goonies. But everything in musical appear funny, so maybe Goonies musical could be funny. Of course, on February, as of May 20th, the musical was still at the beginning stage, but Donna was hopeful that an vibrant script would be completed. Rumors of okay, rumors of adaptation and sequels in other media too, 2000, including a comic book miniseries, a television series, and a musical for a film on Sadie Yaskett. In an animated series that will be featured the original Goonies characters as adults and focus on adventure on a new set of. Apparently, the project was briefly in the works of Cartoon Network before being shelved. Entertainment Weekly reported on March 7 on a potential musical adaptation of the film. Steven and I discussed it, something that I'm fairly passionate about right now, Donna says. Variety reported on October 2008 that Donna and Broadway entertainment attorney John Brayo and is confident things are moving in the right direction. What I thinking? Who is who is right? No? Okay, okay. What I was reading on February 12, 2020, Fox ordered a pilot for a drama series from Sarah Watson, creator of The Bold Type, about a woman helping film student create a shot-for-shot remake of the Goonies. Greg Motola is attached as a director, executive producer, along with Richard Donner and Dwight Schur. On May 7, 2021, Fox announced that the pilot will not be moving forward. It will be a oh, stop. So we analyzes the Goonies movie. Honestly speaking, Wikipedia gave us a very interesting detail as usual because Wikipedia, it's a public, and because it's public, there could be written some lies. But in general, in movie, it was a very interesting what they have to written. So I found that this description is very useful and very interesting. Very interesting. Really, really interesting. So what I can honestly say that my appreciation for Goonies has grown absolutely more. If I had a chance, I would like to play Goonies in my mini NES. It will be great. So we made 1 hour 35 live, so it's very, very late from here. It's time to go to bed. So I would like to say thank you for all the people coming here, from Partisan to Jimsky and dear friend Cherkov TV. Thank you very much. Now, where we gonna ride? We will go. We, where we gonna ride? Where we? Where? Uh, Thank you very much. I will do a quick ride to someone just to help another streamer do something good. Just wait me a moment, and if you can take part to this ride, it will be great. So let me check where we can go. Well, is on a check. Using who is on for contact. That page. Hey Kitty. Hello, my cat. You want to see my pet? Hey, come on. I'm here. Oh, that's my catty. Diva. Mm.
Piggy.
Where we go?
Piggy.
We go to where we go. Go one moment. There's more people. We go to Mr. Fanatic. Yeah, Mr. Fanatic. We go to Mr. Fanatic. Keep your time. I hope he appreciates. Oh, you cat had babies 2 days ago. We have 6 in our house. Apartment. So, major. Okay, we go for. We go for. Mr. Fanatic. We are. Bye bye.
That was him.